Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off for Macquarie. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
Now he caught by Adam Thielen. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a pickup of 26. Man, the Steelers have a first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Rodgers off the play action. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. This play goes for 36. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a 6-0 lead right away. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Texans nothing.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Trayvon Smith with the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out, our 2023 Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now in his 3rd season out of Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on the route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Stroud off the play fake. Well secured by Jaden Higgins. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
That's a catch for Nico Collins. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Stroud completes it quick. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends would get you.
Second down now, they need 7. On play action, here's Stroud. Gets this to Stover. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
This one's going to hit the ground, incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for second down. So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 start. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of... ball can hit the ground on this side.
On second down, Marks. And he's going to work it to the 20. Kyle Duggar holding him down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. Quick slant here to Kirk. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans finish off their opening drive. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or could they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Johnson now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Finds the in route complete. And he'll get it up to the 27.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Rodgers from the gun. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Oh, he's going to run for it. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Warren, quick on the draw. Didn't sell the draw enough, and he pays the price. He's headed the wrong direction, backs him up for 2nd down.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game, and sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Rodgers will look to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. Brings it in at the 12. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. This Texans offense readied up for its 2nd drive of the contest. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Stroud off of play action. He finds Stover. And this is going to be contained at the 25-yard line. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, Stroud. Higgins downfield, and he has it. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers side of the field.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Here's Stroud again. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Steelers nearly take it back for a pick 6, but he's stopped at the very last moment.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They're sure to be appreciative of this as they start out 1st and goal from the 4. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they keep him out of the end zone. Can't even get beyond the line. Touchdown denied.
It's pretty clear you're trying to find ways to get this player in space, right? That's where he's most dangerous. But the defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came of that one.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he sneak it with Rodgers. And he's in for the touchdown. The Steelers parlay the interception into points. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Going after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st.
Texans 7.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Ooh, the wide receiver getting it to begin the drive. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
You know, it's pretty clear just watching this unfold. They want to find a way to get this player in space where he's most dangerous. Defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came off on that one.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Gets marks on the handoff. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
They're in long for him here. He's going to run for it. Travis hit, the ball is out. But fortune on the Texans side. One of their guys got to it. They're going to keep the football. Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. Calvin Austin on the return for the Steelers. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Warren here from the gun. And that's good for a gain of 5. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of a defense.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Trying an inside give to Warren. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. It's a 14-7 game. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Warren once more. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
19 yards. That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. They'll go again with Warren. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's another Steelers first down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a 13-point lead. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers double their lead to 14.
Steelers 21, Texans 7.
Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, it's Jalen Knoll. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Out now come the Texans on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll start this drive with Marks. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
Less than a ruler needed here on second down. Shotgun now, first round. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Jaden Higgins, the intended receiver that time. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. First down.
A gain of a yard.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
This is reeled in downfield by Schultz. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. Give him 24 yards on that one. And it'll be first down, Houston.
First down. 24-yard gain on the play.
Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
From the gun, Marks gets it. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Seventh play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. Throw here, 3rd down. Completed over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route for man coverage.
Stroud to throw on first down. Finds him over the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a one-score game in the first half. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Texans 14.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Johnson with a return here. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steelers and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Bryant there, bring it in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get an even 10 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
1st and 10 at the 42.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Again, Rodgers. Just like the last play, Metcalf has it. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
The 46-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7 at 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
And 3 at the Texans' 39-yard line.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Flag down. This could be a free opportunity for the offense. And that one is incomplete. There is a flag down, though. If someone was across that line, this could end in a 1st down after all. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Automatic 1st down.
A fresh set of downs for him now after the defense jumped. They'll run here following the penalty. And he gets this one down inside the 30. That's a gain of 5.
Some really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Gets it running the sweep. And he'll be met near the line to limit the game to a yard. As he's out Shire that time on the tackle.
You call that jet sweep? You're looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps them on schedule and didn't go backwards.
Texans bring out an extra DB on this third down. Rodgers from the gun. Texans closing in, and they get to it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
One of the biggest adjustments for quarterbacks going from the collegiate level to the NFL is the blitz package. Each and every practice leading up to a game time, you are spending so much time as a QB, as an offensive group, and as that O-line trying to figure out a way to stop these blitzes. But that time, the offense, the O-line, the QB, no one had an answer for that defensive pressure.
Facing fourth down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Now Boswell on to send this away. No to return this. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Texans and Christian Kirk headed back onto the field. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Marks. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Back to throw, Stroud. Finding Collins. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Higgins downfield, and he has it. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
1st down. It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down.
Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
1st down, it's a run with Marks. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Stroud. Taken in by Kirk right side. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now it's Stroud. That's caught. This is Kirk. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
5-yard gain.
Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. He's got it in the red zone. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, Houston.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Again, Stroud. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a one-score game before halftime. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans cut it to a field goal game.
Texans 21.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here's Gainwell. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Steelers and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Rodgers. It's a screenplay to Warren. And not a lot available there. Makes it to the 26. Stopped there by the 4th-year ball hog coming off his first All-Pro nomination, Derek Stingley Jr.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down just a couple yards shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. This finds Austin complete. And all he can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on 1st down.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll throw again. Rodgers gets it to him on the screen. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Texans are in the nickel, 3rd down. Throwing again, Rodgers. Pass caught by Gainwell. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being 4th down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
He dodged the tackle. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that run may not have moved the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. They'll stick with the ground game here. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Steelers are tackled just beyond midfield following the interception. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
First and 10 now from the 46. Rodgers to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense to the line, 2nd down. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. He keeps it and takes off. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Offense going with a 4-receiver set, 3rd and long. They'll throw, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Incomplete on the throw.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Corliss Waitman on to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And as this hits and heads out, we wait for the mark, but it should be right on the 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Design quarterback run here. So a field goal game at the half. A good one so far. 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here's the Houston offense. They've got it first to begin the third. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud off of play action. It connects down the sideline. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he gets a few on the punch forward.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
On second down, Marks. And he's right near that first down marker as the stop is made at the 48.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here we go, goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Stroud on the sneak. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Up the middle, it's Marks. It's a nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Now we give to Marks. Well, that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
Stroud now on 3rd. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense wise to that call there. Receiver wrapped up for no gain. 3rd down coming up.
Well, you can see he gets the ball and he sees the defender waiting for him right on the edge. And at that point, dead on arrival. A good effort on his part to at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. And the pistol, they're going to run with Marks. And he's down to almost, nope, actually going to give him the 30 here. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
And the Texans, first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at him and go make a point.
Looking right, and he finds him. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and goal, Houston.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. It's Marks on the handoff. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play 1st and goal situations too, because a run like that now, well, it leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
Ogunbowale will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Stroud. They'll set up the screen here for Marks. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take the lead right away in half number 2. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans take a 4-point lead.
Texans 28, Steelers 24.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Steelers and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Warren here from the gun. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Shire on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Texans bring out an extra DB on this 3rd down. Warren once more. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. That's a pickup of 9. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
First down, and they go right back to it. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Now they're looking to throw with Rogers. It's DK on the slant. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
The Texans are in the nickel. Third down. From the shotgun, here's Rogers. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 now from the 46. They toss to Warren, running right. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Rogers from the gun. Gets it downfield, on target to Metcalf. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They get 23 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On first down, they'll run. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Not the big play they were hoping for when you call a jet sweep, but at the very least, it got them some positive yards. Things could have easily gone backwards there.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Warren running between the tackles. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's caught in stride by Freiermuth. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 8.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's 2nd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Rogers will look to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers grab the lead on their first series of the half. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers push their lead to 3.
Steelers 31, Texans 28.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Off the play action, here's Stroud. This one's to Kirk out left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Marks gets it. And he will not get the first, but ooh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3, 3rd down.
The offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
He tries to sneak it. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Texans who have it to start here, and they come in trailing on the scoreboard. They've got 1st down here from the 36. Here's a handoff to Marks. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Looking underneath for Marks. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
It's a nickel look from the Steelers here on 3rd. To the air on 3rd and long. Has a man downfield. It's Collins. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, That's what the best of the ends do in this league.
From the gun, Stroud. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Third down from the gun, Stroud. Hits his running back. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards on that pickup. And it'll be first down, Houston.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Offense getting set. Here's first and 10. Running right with Chubb. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Running back sent in motion. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. Third and long, they're going to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best phrase, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Kicked well, and this is good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Gainwell. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. First call here coming from the shotgun. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And the Steelers have a first down.
The Steelers first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
First down throw here by Rodgers. Connecting with Metcalf again. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Rodgers gonna throw on first. He puts a mirror under it deep down the left. Just like the last play, Metcalf has it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a fourth quarter lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
38, Texans 31.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Noel to return this. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. Stroud off of play action. Taken in by Kirk right side. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Running this with Marks. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up third down.
TJ Watt there on the tackle. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and
4. Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect with Jaden Higgins. And 4th and 4 coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
The Texans set to punt. And the fair catch made here at the 15. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
From the gun, it gives to Gainwell. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
At the 29-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers off the play action. Hits him on the in route. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They strike for 23 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Austin's there to haul it in. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Texans to the line, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive with Marks. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They go play action with Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. In a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Third down, Steelers in the dime. 6 DBs out there. He's back to throw. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, Well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he gets it away from his end zone. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch.
The Steelers take over.
The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. This finds Austin, complete. And this one doesn't go far. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
At the 46-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 46. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers leading by 7. 1st down run netted them nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They'll go again with Warren. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 4 yards the pickup that time, partner. They're set up closer. 4th and goal upcoming.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
A 57-yard attempt.
The big kick is no good. It's well to the left there. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
They tried for the field goal to really eliminate all shadow of a doubt, and instead, well, let's introduce some doubt into the picture and a little energy on the other side, Kate. It's not quite an automatic win still. They're going to have to get focused defensively and make sure they get a stop to clinch this.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. They'll set up the screen here for Marks. He's dropped. A big stop and a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Looking to throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He's got it to his running back. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on 4th down.
1st and 2.
Well, Brock, the fans, all right. Here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.